let's go over exactly how to make your website ADA compliant. Now, when people ask, how do I make my website ADA compliant? What they're really asking is, what do I need to do so that I'm not sued over website accessibility? Let's answer that question right now, starting with the complaint that is on the screen with me. This is a complaint that was filed in the United States District Court for the Southern District of New York, and it was filed on August 5th, 2024. So just 3 days before I recorded this video, this complaint was filed. So this is what is happening right now. We're going to scroll down this complaint and we're going to go directly to the accessibility issues that are alleged. So starting with paragraph 36, it says, while attempting to navigate the website, plaintiff encountered multiple accessibility barriers for the blind or visually impaired persons that include, but are not limited to, the following: lack of alternative text, empty links that contain no text, redundant links where adjacent links go to the same URL address, linked images missing alt text. And then it says many pages on the website also contain the same title elements. The website also contained a host of broken links. So many of these accessibility issues are related or overlap, but these are actual issues being claimed by a very active plaintiff's law firm. And this plaintiff's law firm is Gottlieb and Associates. So let's tab over now to a second complaint. This complaint was filed in the United States District Court for the Southern District of Florida. And this was filed just 7 days ago on August 1st, 2024. So let's scroll down directly to the accessibility issues that are alleged. And then it says violation 1.3.2, meaningful sequence. And so one note here is this plaintiff's law firm is very strictly applying the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, the technical standards that are internationally referenced for web accessibility. This plaintiff's law firm is very strictly applying the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. So in the details for this first alleged violation, it says, when the user tries to navigate to the GDPR modal, the user is allowed to navigate the entire website without closing the modal. Therefore, the meaningful sequence is not preserved. The user is not able to close the GDPR modal. And then we have violation 2.4.3, focus order. Again, this is what this plaintiff's law firm is doing, is they are taking the technical standards and they are applying them strictly against the website's owner. And then let's see here. We have violation 1.4.3, contrast minimum, so color contrast. Violation 2.2.2, pause, stop, hide. And there are details underneath each alleged violation. Violation 3.3.1, error identification. And this law firm that is very detailed is, we have the complaint that is filed by Mendez Law Offices, and then it's also signed by Adams and Associates. Now, an important note here is these are just two individual complaints filed by two plaintiffs' law firms who are both active in this space. But by my count, there are over 40 active plaintiffs' law firms in this space. So you have to be aware that these aren't all of the accessibility issues that you need to take into account. These are just the ones that were in these individual complaints. There are many more accessibility issues that plaintiffs' lawyers are claiming over and over again in lawsuits. So to make your website ADA compliant, you need to fix the issues that plaintiffs' lawyers are claiming in their lawsuits, because this is the basis for their lawsuits. If we remove this, then they don't have anything to go on. And the more accessibility issues you fix, the less there is to go on. Plaintiffs' law firms like to paint a picture that your website is wildly inaccessible and nobody could possibly use it. Another part of this is many times plaintiffs' law firms don't understand the actual accessibility issues that they are claiming. So they may be wrong. That's why I emphasize the word allege, because plaintiffs' law firms are in the space, but they are not technical experts, but they are strictly applying accessibility issues against website owners and alleging that those accessibility issues are tantamount to discrimination under the Americans with Disabilities Act or some other anti-discrimination law. So what you need to do is you need to take these different plaintiffs' law firms, and as I said, there are over 3 dozen in this space. You need to be aware of the accessibility issues that they are claiming, and then you need to make sure to prioritize those issues and fix them before anything else. After you fix them, then you continue on with WCAG 2.1 AA conformance. So those are the technical standards, and under those technical standards, with version 2.1 conformance level AA, there are 50 accessibility issues or considerations that you need to take into account and make sure that your website is conformant with those different success criteria or requirements. But as I stated, first you need to prioritize the issues that plaintiffs' lawyers are looking for and using as a basis for filing complaints. So the ADA compliance course takes care of this. I've prioritized all of the accessibility issues in the order in which I would find and fix them. And then I tell you exactly how to find the issues and how to fix the issues. So the ADA compliance course is designed for website owners to take immediate action. It's not designed for perfection. It's not designed for full WCAG 2.1 AA conformance. It's designed so that you have a strategic approach whereby you are improving the accessibility on your website while reducing the risk of being sued. I will link to the ADA compliance course in the description.